The final section, which accounts for about 3 to 5 hours of your week, is going to be working on your business, not in your business. And too many times loan officers totally forget about this aspect, and it's really not a large section of time. It's about 3 to 5 hours, right? You can do it however you want to do it. Do 3 hours all at once. You can do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday for an hour. But the key is you have to dedicate some time to do this. Otherwise, you're never going to get any better. And so within this category, there's three things. It's marketing. It's working on your flow, your process, your team. It's also going to be the final aspect, which is research. Now, that's one that everybody kind of totally discards, right? But when you look at this, you say, okay, I got 3 hours or 5 hours, right? And when you start out with marketing, everybody has a great idea. Everybody's out at a real estate meeting or they're talking to a client and an idea pops in their head. And what do most originators do? They immediately jump on it, they look at it for 20 minutes, and then they never circle back and it all kind of fizzles out. What I do is I have a little notepad on the side of my desk. Whenever I have one of those brilliant ideas, I write it down and I put it back in my desk, and I don't look at that again until it's my allotted marketing time. And in turn, what I'm able to do is look at whatever brilliant ideas I've had. Then I can circle back and I say, okay, is this something I can implement? Is this going to be effective? And with a clear head, I can go through and decipher that. The other thing is, people don't look at it as when you're in marketing mode, your mind is in a different place than when you're in sales mode or you're in guideline mode. You can't, within a 45-minute stretch, go from selling a client to underwriting to all of a sudden looking at marketing. It just doesn't work, right? So the way you want to do it is really get yourself in that mode. I'm in marketing mode. I'm going to work on marketing, and you're going to have better results with all of the marketing you do because that's where your mind's at. The other thing you got to look at is I usually take probably 30 minutes to an hour a week and say, how's our flow? How's our process? Are we doing things in a way that's efficient? I still have that same scratch pad. Whenever I find us having an inefficiency somewhere, I'm going to write it down. Now, I'm not going to address it right that second. I'm going to write it down. And when I go back into this mode, I'm looking back and saying, how can we fix this? What can we better improve? I usually loop my team in on that as well. And then the final aspect is always going to be, research. No one does research, right? But don't mistake that for a waste of time. How else are you going to find new real estate agents that you haven't talked to or done a transaction with? You really aren't. So in turn, what I always end up doing is researching for probably 30 minutes a week, right? And at that point, you're going to end up being in a position where you have a much bigger database, much bigger target pool of people you can contact. And you're also going to weed out the ones that you didn't want to contact anyway. So if you spend 3 to 5 hours a week doing these types of things, you're going to have a much more sustainable business. You're going to have a growing business because you're not shoving these things to the curb. Now, again, they don't take up all your week or a big chunk of time. You do have to dedicate a portion of time to that.